What's up, YouTube? It's Thursday, July 23rd, 2020. A follow-up series of my daily thoughts, journaling, video journaling, vlogging, and my health and wellness. So today I wanted to talk about what I did this morning. I woke up early, roughly before 5, honestly. I got up really early today. And I wanted to attack the day, so I did 200 push-ups. I did them in sets of 50, so I did 50 push-ups 4 times. It took me about an hour because also I threw in 35 dips. There's a dip bar outside, I did that. That was my strength and resistance training. I recommend to do that every day unless you have joint pain. If you have joint pain, go to the doctor, get looked at, make sure your workouts are approved by some person who's medically qualified. The stuff I'm telling you is just simply what I do. I am not a medical professional. I've exercised and done strength training and cardiovascular training my whole adult life. 21 years in the Marine Corps. I was in the field artillery. I was a martial arts instructor trainer in the Marine Corps. Did a lot of other stuff. I was a PMI, if anybody knows what that is. It's a rifle and pistol coach. So everything I did was related to physicality. Being artillery is very physical. Being a martial arts instructor trainer is very physical. We did a lot of running, a lot of strength training, a lot of agility, a lot of stretching. So a lot of that goes along with rope climbing, pull-ups, push-ups, dips, swimming, things like that. That's a military style training environment, or the military workout has a lot of CrossFit type stuff to it. Weight training, I like it, I believe in it. If it's good for you, go ahead and do it, but not everybody's set out for weight training or cut out for it. Again, get some advice from a medical professional or professional in that field. I've studied kinesiology in college, so I do have a lot of knowledge about building muscle and setting up plans, workout plans, and dealing with weight loss and weight gain and all those kinds of things. Here I am, I'm a 53-year-old man. I did my 21 years of service, got out 2006, honorable, and I loved it. Now it's just a matter of maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and I still have some weight to lose. I do have to drop about 16, 17 pounds. I'm about 230 pounds right now, 231. I do need to be about 214 to maybe 212. I don't see myself needing to be heavier than 212 at 6 feet tall. But I do want to maintain muscle mass, so I do resistance training, dips, pull-ups, weight training. I have a knee injury. I think I might have torn an ACL, so it's a lot of pain. I'm in a lot of pain in my right knee, so I need to get that looked at because it's hard for me to do cardiovascular like runs or burpees or jumping jacks, which I like all 3 of those. I want to do sprints, I want to do some like 30-minute runs, and I want to do some burpees and some jumping jacks. But with this knee injury, it's something's not right in my knee, and I need to have it looked at. Knowing my body, that this is a daily pain, something, it's not just soreness, it's I pulled something or tore something. So I still train, there's no excuses, you get after it. I get up in the morning, I drink my water, I make my protein shakes, I do my push-ups. This is my area right here. I do my best to use this area, this space. I live a minimalistic life, meaning I don't have a lot of material possessions. I don't need a lot of material possessions. I have my welding equipment, my DJ equipment. I make money with both of those. Welding is something that I want to do as far as a trade, so I study welding, and I bought a welder. It's a $400 welding machine. I got it for $250 or something. So that's a good way to practice. My DJ equipment is also a professional way to make money. I'm a mobile DJ, and so I do weddings, parties, events, corporate events, sporting events, and I make money when I do that. When I get hired out for a gig, I provide lighting services, microphone, announcements, and of course music and entertainment. And I take pride in that, so I charge for that. DJs make good money. I make about $500 per wedding, sometimes more, depending on the size of the wedding and all these other factors of what the client wants. It's a whole big thing. So I'm getting that even further along. I'm trying to develop a website with that. Okay, but I'm basically talking about health and fitness. But that whole thing I was telling you about right there is about minimalistic living, downsizing. It's okay. You don't need to have a whole bunch of fancy stuff in life to be happy. That's not where you find happiness. So going through what I've been going through lately as far as personal, I'm pretty vulnerable with you guys on YouTube because I don't really care what people think about me. I went through a really tough time in this divorce that I'm going through, and I have no animosity towards my ex-wife. We're fire and ice. It didn't work out. It wasn't a good fit. We weren't good together, and it was very toxic. So for anybody out there who's in that situation, you're in a toxic environment, you need to get up to a place where you can quiet your mind so you can hear yourself think. You don't need to be in a situation where there's a lot of yelling and animosity, anger. And, I'm not going into details because what's done is done, but I'm just glad that things have moved forward in my life in that way so I can quiet my mind, relocate myself into a place where I can really focus on my faith, and God cleared that toxic situation away from me. Now I'm back to my health and fitness, my wellness, and I feel really good about myself. And that's really important. I think everybody needs to feel good about themselves. So that marriage taught me a lot. It taught me a lot. It was like, wow, man, something's not right. Something's not going on inside. To have this real toxic animosity and anger and not getting along with the person that you're married to. And I'm not pointing blame. It just taught me a lot. Identifying things, realizing that I wanted to be away from that situation, realizing that I needed to really connect with God on a deeper level and really just explore the darkness that's inside my soul to be like, wow, why is this happening? Why would someone say that to me? Why would someone talk to me like that? Why would someone call the police on me and lie and make up a complete lie? And I was like, whoa, how did I draw that to myself? You question yourself. And that's not good because there's, I won't go into details, but there's reasons why another person would talk to you in a negative way. Maybe they're suffering, and maybe they're causing you to question yourself because they want you to feel bad about yourself because deep down they're struggling and they're tripping and they haven't dealt with things. So there's two damaged people, you're going to have, that saying, hurt people hurt people. A hurt person will hurt another person who's also hurting. Very true words, man. So on the health and wellness kick, the positive tip, man, drink some water, get some protein shakes, do some push-ups and pull-ups and dips. Those endorphins are flowing. Again, I want to get back on my cardio. So again, man, 200 push-ups today, 35 dips. I feel good about my upper body strength, my resistance training, my strength training. I always want to have that ability to get into a self-defense situation and be able to handle myself. That's military training. That's my Marine Corps mindset. It doesn't have to be the same for you. If you played sports, it could be an athletic thing. But again, in the military, I was a Marine Corps martial arts instructor, trainer, so we fought, and it's just something I like to do. I'm a Marine, so what do you want? I shoot guns, I blow things up. So I think that today was a good start. I was listening to my audio Bible. Now I'm going to go to the store because it's a little after 8 o'clock now in the morning, and I was listening to some David Goggins. If you guys haven't checked him out, I highly recommend that you check David Goggins out. He has a really nice book out that he wrote, a personal memoir, a biography of his military life. He did 21 years in the military. He did some years in the Air Force, and then he went into the Navy SEALs, and he had to lose a lot of weight. He was about my height. He's 6'1". I'm 6 foot. He was 297 pounds trying to become a SEAL. He had to lose weight. He had to go through all this personal challenges before he can even get accepted. And then he went in and he had to go to Hell Week and BUDS. If anybody knows about SEAL training, basic underwater demolition school is 6 months. It's hell on earth. He was there for 18 months and he graduated. So he proved, and he's black. Not too many black guys are in the SEALs. There's I think he said he was number 36 of all the African American males who have ever attempted the program. Only 36 at the time he graduated. He was number 36 to have ever made it in the 70 years of the BUDS or the SEALs program. So, but he's just very inspirational. The book's called You Can't Hurt Me, and he's just a cool guy, man. He just seems like a guy that's really vulnerable, been through a whole bunch of things. I can relate to a lot of the things he's been through. Tough background, growing up, alcoholic parents and abusive father. I had an abusive stepfather. There was a lot of stuff I saw growing up that created this anger in me. And then you go in the military, you develop PTSD, and you have to learn how to even embrace that because it's part of, that PTSD is part of who I am. It's the way it is. Like the military brings out things in you, teaches you certain things, and there's certain experiences you have in the military from being deployed overseas, dealing with the stresses of working in a combat-related MOS, like when I had artillery. But I don't regret it. I had a great time. I'm proud that I served my nation, 21 years of service. It was one of the most amazing times of my life, and I reflect back on it often. But one thing I heard David Goggins say, and he's absolutely right, is the foundational principles that we learn in those schools that you learn in the military. There's a lot of schools you attend, leadership schools and boot camp. Those disciplines and things that you learn, those are foundational principles that work. And then we tend to shy away from it when we get out into the regular fleet, Marine Force, or whatever, and you become a regular guy, a regular working person, you do your job, but it's hard to maintain those standards because you let yourself slip and slide. And so what David Goggins does is he keeps that standard from what he learned in BUD/S. He keeps that high standard for his life. And I appreciate that, and that motivated me and it inspired me to do the same thing. So these 15, 16 pounds that I'm working to lose, you guys can probably see I got a little gut right here. And I'm not ashamed to show it to you because nobody's perfect. I'm 53 years old. Some of you guys out there might be a little overweight too. So that's why this is for all of us to share in these experiences. And I'm sharing with my experiences with you in a way that's vulnerable because I want to be the healthiest, best version of me possible. So these 16, 17 pounds, whatever it is I got to burn off, I got to do it. And you guys can see that as it happens because this is what I look like on Thursday, July 23rd, in the year of our Lord 2020. But I'm still getting after it, you know, I'm doing my thing. Now again, I'm not perfect. Nobody is. So don't lie to yourself. Just be honest, man. This is vulnerability for me. You know, I've been through a lot. I'm going through a divorce. My marriage didn't work out. I don't hate myself. It taught me a lot. I don't regret the experience. It was a very negative time in my life, very dark time, but it revealed a lot in me. So I know how to love myself again. You know, I take care of myself better. I believe so much more in the power of God than I did even before I got married. So it was a great experience. I don't fault anybody. I have no fingers pointed at anybody why it didn't work. It just didn't work, and there was a reason that those 3 years, that tough time in my life, there's a reason for that. There's a reason that I had a tough time growing up. There's reasons for that. David Goggins helped remind me of that because he went through some tough times. He went through a divorce, and now he's remarried and all that. But he went through a divorce. He's got PTSD. His real father was abusive. So there's a lot of similarities. He's black. He was in the military for 21 years. I'm black. I was in the military for 21 years. A lot of similarities. So I really resonate with him and really relate to a lot of the things that David Goggins says. So if David Goggins, if you're watching this, I just want to say to you, you don't know me.